Good morning, wet shavers, coffee lovers, and podcast listeners everywhere. It's Mark at GeorgeToon.com. It's time for another second cup. So grab a cup of coffee, kick back, relax, put in your earbuds, adjust your speaker volume, and let's talk some wet shaving and a few other things in podcast form. In case you didn't know, Second Cup is a podcast that will give you some additional information that didn't make the Monday morning mailbag deadline. This might be something that is time sensitive. For instance, a sale that could be ending before the next Monday morning mailbag airs, or a piece of late-breaking information that viewers have passed along that is equally time sensitive, or something else regarding the wet shaving world that needs to be broadcast in a timely fashion. And we'll also have some time to chit-chat and discuss some other things like coffee, movies, streaming shows, books, that sort of thing. So thanks for tuning in to Second Cup. And I hope you subscribe to the podcast, where you can also find episodes of the Monday morning mailbag in podcast form. I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me. We'll get the show underway in just a moment. Thanks for joining me. Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the July 10th, 2023 episode of Second Cup. Let's get right into it. I received an email from ItalianBarber.com on Sunday morning. They have a huge July summer sale going on, and it expires in 24 hours. So it's going to expire sometime this morning, 10:30 or 11:30 this morning, depending on your time zone, based on when I got the email. Anyhow, they have a huge July summer sale going on right now. And as a matter of fact, I scheduled this Second Cup podcast to start at 6 a.m. this morning to kind of give you a little extra time to get up there. They have a lot of stuff on sale. They have shaving brushes as little as $8 and $10. My gosh. They have razor blades on sale. They have shave soaps, alum sticks. They have razors on sale. I'm looking at the page right now, and they have aftershaves. They have their Mission razor right here. That is, how much is that Mission razor? $13.99. They have a Slock razor for $5.99. They have their old type razor for $13.99. Again, razor blades galore on sale. Really, really good prices. For instance, here is some of the Derby extra blades, not premium, Derby extra blades for $6.99. Wow. Rapira for $7.49. Really, I mean, a lot of great deals. They also have Parasso Red, $4.99. Parasso Pre-Shave for $7.99. They got a lot of aftershaves, a lot of shave soaps, and blades. Just a lot of great deals up there. So it's a 24-hour sale. Let me give you the URL before I rattle on a little too much here. It's www.italianbarber.com/collections/sale-of-the-day. So again, let me give that to you. ItalianBarber.com/collections/sale deal of the day, and those words sale deal of the day are all separated by a dash. So again, ItalianBarber.com/collections/sale-deal-of-the-day. And that'll get you right to that 24-hour huge July sale that Italian Barber has going on right now. And again, I scheduled this podcast at 6 a.m. this morning, so hopefully that'll give you a little extra time to get up there, because it's going to end at 10:30 or 11:30, depending on when I got this email. And I'm trying to kind of piece that together, because I think when they sent it, they're on a different time zone. I'm not entirely sure. Anyhow, just play it safe. Get up there before 10:30. That's kind of what I'm thinking here. 10:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That's what I'm thinking. But hopefully you'll have enough time to get up there and take advantage of this sale going on, because they got a lot of great stuff. So that's this huge July sale, 24 hours only, going on at ItalianBarber.com. Well, good morning again, and welcome to the July 10th, 2023 episode of Second Cup. This is kind of my second good morning to you. I wanted to make sure to get that information regarding the huge sale at ItalianBarber.com before it expired. I did not want to talk about a lot of different things and then wrap up at the end of the show by saying, oh, and by the way, big sale at Italian Barber. And here you may have been listening to the entire show and may have missed the sale. So if you've left the podcast to check out that sale, I understand completely, and I hope you return to the podcast at some point because we have some other things to talk about this morning, and I am so glad that you joined me. Now, I'm working on my second pot of coffee this morning because this past holiday week, I worked on the 4th of July. A lot of businesses had July 3rd and 4th off, so it gave them a 4-day weekend. We did not. We worked on July 4th, and then we had Friday of that week off. So we had a 3-day weekend. So I caught up on a lot of projects on Friday and a lot of editing and that sort of thing. And my schedule was really kind of different this past week. And of course, where I live, the neighbor put on a big fireworks display on Saturday night, and sitting around the campfire with my nephews, and I'm recovering this morning, but they're really, really happy to be with you for Second Cup. And I am relying on Dunkin' Donuts, the old reliable Dunkin' Donuts, and my Kellogg's Cereal City coffee mug. Cereal City is no more, but it was a great place to visit up there in Battle Creek, Michigan. I don't know when it went out, when it stopped operations, but it was a lot of fun to visit. It was a museum dedicated to the Kellogg's cereal industry, so to speak, and how it came about being created, and a lot of nice exhibits that talked about the development of the cereal industry, I guess you could say. So I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. We've got some nice topics to talk about on this morning's Second Cup. So you know what? Let's pay a few bills and we'll be right back. Well, on this morning's Monday morning mailbag, we mentioned Aloha Smackdown shave soap. And I wasn't sure exactly when that was going to be available. Well, I got an email alert this morning that Aloha Smackdown from Phoenix Shaving is now available. So all you have to do is go on up to the Phoenix Shaving website or their app on your tablet or phone and search for Aloha Smackdown. It's available now, a Phoenix Shaving seasonal classic. And as they write here on the email ad, I mean, how about a nice Hawaiian punch? Well, actually, it starts out, how about a nice Aloha Smackdown? And then follows up with, I mean, how about a nice Hawaiian punch? And of course, they're using the character art from Hawaiian Punch here. Very clever. And the scent profile is classic tropical punch. Yup, it's that simple. But if I must break it down, apple, apricot, guava, orange, papaya, passion fruit, and pineapple. For some, nostalgia is a classic barbershop scented shave soap. For others, it's Saturday morning cartoons or something like that. So everything Aloha Smackdown up there. They got a complete collection. So give it a look. Aloha Smackdown from Phoenix Shaving is available. It's a seasonal classic. It sounds absolutely wonderful. And if you're a fan of Hawaiian Punch, I think you're going to like this one a lot. Aloha Smackdown, available now at Phoenix Shaving. Now, speaking of Phoenix Shaving, want to mention something else. We talked about the Dreamscape Scuttle Seconds sale in a previous Monday morning mailbag. These are the Dreamscape Scuttles that have slight cosmetic imperfections. They're fully functional, but there might be slight cosmetic imperfections, and they are being offered at a reduced price because they're categorized as seconds. The regular price of a Dreamscape Scuttle is $54.95. These seconds have been reduced to $23.95. I'm looking at the product page right now, and they are still available for sale. You can click on the Add to Cart button and purchase one. I'm going to do it right now. Add to Cart, and boom, it's right there in my cart. I'm going to take that. I'm going to take that out so it doesn't get held there. Let me just remove that. Okay, I've removed it from my cart now, but I want to just demonstrate to you that they are still available, and I have a testimonial from a viewer who purchased one of these. This comes from Stephen Howard, and he writes, "Mark, I had to pull the trigger on this, and so glad I did. The scuttle arrived today, and I couldn't be happier. The product was double boxed and packed with form-fitting styrofoam and packing paper. Any imperfections are so slight as to be practically imperceptible except under the most minute scrutiny. I can't wait to use this later. I have the Phoenix Shaving Indestructible Travel Scuttle, which my son has practically purloined, but wanted something larger as I'm primarily a head shaver. I wanted something that better fit some of my larger brushes. Love all you do with the channel, and 3MB best wishes, Stephen Howard." So there you are, folks. He loves his and says that the imperfections are very, very minute. So check it out. It looks like a really, really good deal from Phoenix Shaving. I'll put a link in the description, but just go on up to Phoenix Shaving through the app or the website on your laptop or desktop computer, and just search for Dreamscape Seconds. That's what I did, and the page came right up. They're still available. Again, the regular price of $54.95 has been reduced to $23.95 because it's a second. Some slight imperfections, but completely, fully functional. So check it out. Dreamscape Scuttle Seconds sale still going on, and we got a great, great testimonial from viewer Stephen Howard. Stephen, thanks very, very much for sending this along. Really, really do appreciate it. Now, in a previous Monday morning mailbag, I asked a question regarding polishing brass razors with ketchup. This is something I came across in conversations, I believe, with Douglas Smythe and some other viewers out there. I had never heard this before, and I was looking for additional information regarding this method of polishing brass. And viewer James Sefton sent this along. "Good day, sir. I have not used ketchup to polish brass, but I have used whole milk when machining copper, especially when chasing threads on the lathe. I guess it has enough fat content in it to make the difference, and it works great." Well, James, thanks very, very much for passing that information along. Really do appreciate it. It inspired me to look a little further, do a further Google search, a little more of a deep dive in answering the question about ketchup and polishing brass with it. And I came across a website called tipsbulletin.com, www.tipsbulletin.com, and they have an article called How to Polish Brass. And in this article, they offer 7 amazingly simple ways to polish brass. And they go through a number of them, just using dish soap to polish brass. Also, you can keep brass from tarnishing by using linseed oil. That's a very, very informative couple of paragraphs there. Use white vinegar for a homemade brass polish. How to polish brass using a commercial cleaner is another topic that they cover here in this article. But here's the one that I wanted to highlight. Try ketchup when polishing brass. Here's what they say. Surprisingly, ketchup is a perfect solution to polish brass, even brass that has developed several years' worth of tarnish. Ketchup, or even tomato juice, works in the same way as vinegar. Both contain acetic acid and are great for removing oxidized layers of tarnish. There are 2 ways you can clean brass or even clean copper when using ketchup. The first option is to use a soft, dry cloth for dipping in ketchup. Scrub the brass using the ketchup on the soft towel, carefully removing any layers of tarnish. rinse the ketchup off the brass or copper using warm water and drying it with a clean cloth. For the second option, you can soak smaller brass items in a bowl of ketchup, leaving them there for approximately 20 minutes before rinsing it off afterward. For larger items, replace the ketchup with tomato juice instead to save time and money. You'll be amazed and pleased with the shiny results. Well, there you go, folks. You can use ketchup to clean brass. And if you have a good brass razor that is tarnished, well, you can clean it with ketchup. Now, be aware that there are some brass razors out there that might have a coating on them that you'll be taking off, a protective coating of sorts. So you might want to check with whoever the manufacturer or seller of that particular razor is before you attempt to clean that brass razor, because you might be removing a protective coating that is there to keep it from tarnishing, is what I'm saying. That's my understanding. So just double check with wherever you got that particular brass razor. Check with the seller or the manufacturer to make sure that it is a brass razor with no protective coating on it. So, wow. James, thanks very, very much for the email regarding machining and whole milk, because it inspired me to do a little bit of a deeper dive. So there you go, folks. You can clean brass using ketchup. Well, speaking of cleaning, we've been having this discussion on the Monday Morning Mailbag regarding washing excess lather and soap down your sink. And there are some viewers out there who are saying it'll clog the pipes. And there have been a number of solutions offered as to what to use to clean out those pipes. And one solution is using baking soda and vinegar. I got this message from viewer Gary Andrews, who writes, "Hi, Mark. Recently, there was mention of shaving soap clogging sink pipes. I shave every day in the shower and have found this to be true. In the shower, you have body oil, skin cells, and occasional strands of hair going down the pipes. Add to this shaving soap, and I have found the pipes clog more often than other sink pipes. To correct it, once a month, I use the baking soda and vinegar solution to keep the pipes free flowing. Hope others might find this useful. Gary." Hey, Gary, thanks very, very much for that. Really do appreciate it. Now, there are some other folks out there and some other sources on the internet that I did some research on saying, baking soda and vinegar doesn't work that well. Well, you know what? You're going to have to try it yourself. I have used it on my shower pipes, and it works wonderfully well. Let me give you a recipe that I found online. They write here, baking soda and vinegar come in handy to help keep the pipes clog-free too. Every few weeks, or whenever the water seems slow to drain, pour 1/2 cup baking soda in the drain, followed by 1/2 cup vinegar. Plug the hole, then unplug it after 1 hour. Pour boiling water down the drain after that to help clear greasy substances. Now, I don't do the plug at all. I just let it fizz up and go down and clear everything out. And I have followed just with some hot water from the shower head or the sink, and fill the sink up with some hot tap water, and then unplug that and let that run down. And that seems to help. Here is a cautionary note, though, that they write here. And this was on hunker.com where I got this information. No matter what, though, do not use a homemade drain cleaner right before or after using a chemical-based cleaner, as these could cause a dangerous reaction that creates harmful fumes. The pipes must be clear of any type of drain cleaning solution before trying another. Very, very helpful. So let's point that out. Make sure you're keeping your drain cleaning solutions separated so that they don't interact with one another. Yeah, very, very helpful. But Gary, thanks very, very much for the endorsement of the baking soda and white vinegar solution to clean out the pipes. I've done it in my shower before, and it seems to work very, very well, although I'm not plugging anything. I'm just putting it in there and then letting it do its work over, 20 minutes, half an hour, 15 minutes, whatever it is, and then flushing it out with some hot tap water from the shower head. So, folks, you might want to give this a try. And I don't know if boiling water is going to be good or bad. I don't use boiling water, to be perfectly honest with you. Just hot tap water seems to be enough for me. So do a little further research on it yourselves. But there seems to be consensus in the wet shaving community that baking soda and white vinegar work very, very well to clean out those pipes. But again, do a little due diligence yourself. And if you have any other solutions out there that work equally well or better, please send them along to mondaymailbag@gmail.com, and we'll be sure to relay them here on the Second Cup podcast and also on the Monday Morning Mailbag. So thanks again, Gary. Really, really do appreciate it. Now, before I forget, Prime Day starts tomorrow, and there are some deals that are already available on Amazon devices. Now, I needed a new Fire Stick because I put in a new Wi-Fi connection, and the old Fire Stick just isn't working well with the new connection. I don't know. Something going on. The two aren't talking very well, so I decided to wait for Prime Day and buy a new Fire Stick. I just tweeted this deal out. It is a Fire TV Stick 4K, and it's regularly, now get this, regularly $49. You save 54%, $22.99. Wow, that's absolutely fantastic. Plus, with Prime, you get free delivery on it. So it is a brand new Fire TV Stick, 4K. It's still compatible with television sets that are 1080, and that's what I have. I don't have a 4K television set, but if for some reason I come across a 4K television set down the road, this Fire Stick will be compatible, and it is also compatible with a 1080 HD TV. So I'm really looking forward to that. I just tweeted out this deal again, a Fire TV Stick 4K for $22.99. You're saving 54%. It's a $50 item for $22.99. What a great deal. So it's an early Prime Day deal. And again, I just tweeted it out. So make sure to follow me at GeorgeToonBlog on Twitter. That's where I'll be tweeting out all the deals on razors and current coffee machines and Amazon devices and other things that might be of interest to listeners and viewers out there. So I just wanted to mention again, Prime Day starts tomorrow. It's July 11th and 12th. And they already have some early deals out there, one of which is a Fire TV Stick, a 4K Fire TV Stick, 54% off. So I went ahead and pulled the trigger on it because I need a new one because it's not working. The one I've had for a number of years, is not working with my new Wi-Fi connection that I brought into the house. So there you go. Prime Day starts tomorrow, July 11th and 12th. Follow me on my Twitter account at GeorgeToonBlog. That's where I will be tweeting out deals on razors, shave soaps, aftershaves, Amazon devices, and of course, if you've been following the programs, a current coffee machine, hopefully. All right, Prime Day, July 11th and 12th. Now, before I get out of here, I want to recommend a movie to you. I may have talked about this movie before. It's definitely a favorite. And the reason why I'm talking about it again is because I'm watching it again. I absolutely love this movie. It's called The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. It's from 2003. It stars Sean Connery. And it takes place in the previous turn of the century in an alternate sort of universe. It really is terrific, and it features characters that have gone into public domain, which is why I guess they're used in the story. And it really is terrific. It's got a different kind of feel and vibe to it, but I love that alternate turn of the century, previous turn of the century kind of vibe going on there, where you've got all these marvelous, wonderful technology thrown back into the Victorian era. It's really neat. Things like automobiles and submarines and that sort of thing. Really, really neat. Here's what Wikipedia has to say about it. The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, also promoted as LXG, is a 2003 steampunk superhero film loosely based on the first volume of the comic book series of the same name by Alan Moore and Kevin O'Neill. Now, this film was distributed by 20th Century Fox. It debuted in July of 2003, July 11th of 2003. And again, it stars Sean Connery, Nasser Rudin Shaw, Peter Wilson, Tony Curran, Stuart Townsend, Shane West, Jason Fleming, and Richard Roxburgh. And it was Sean Connery's final film role in a theatrically released film before his retirement in 2006 and his subsequent death in 2020. But there are Victorian era superheroes in this movie, and it draws from Jules Verne, H.G. Wells, Bram Stoker, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, Ian Fleming, Herman Melville, Robert Louis Stevenson, Edgar Allan Poe, Mark Twain. All of this is adapted into this film, and it really is terrific. So you've got characters like Alan Quatermain, Tom Sawyer, the Invisible Man, just a terrific cast, wonderful actors, great characters. I just really thoroughly enjoyed it. And again, it's got this great previous turn of the century vibe going on. So again, you meet Alan Quatermain. Sean Connery plays Alan Quatermain. Tom Sawyer shows up. Really, Captain Nemo shows up with his submarine, the Nautilus. It really is terrific. The effects are great. The music is great. I really enjoyed it. I don't think it did the performance in the box office that the studio had wanted. And it's a shame because it was a terrific movie and I wish they would have made a sequel to it. But alas, they didn't. We have this movie, which is great, and I really enjoyed it. It's rated PG-13, so that'll give you an idea of the kind of content going on in it. But it really was thoroughly enjoyable. And again, the effects are terrific. And Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde show up. And boy, Mr. Hyde was really terrific. A great looking Mr. Hyde. So check it out from 2003. The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, starring Sean Connery and a cast of really terrific actors. Portraying some really notable, noteworthy, historical, fictional characters that have just kind of mashed up and kind of blended all together. We talk about the secret mashups that Phoenix Shaving has with their shave soaps. Well, this is kind of a mashup of all those great characters into kind of an alternate universe. Really enjoyed it. The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen from 2003. And that wraps up another Second Cup. Thanks so much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. I sure hope you enjoyed today's show. If you did, please share, please subscribe, and pass it along to a fellow wet shaver or friend. My thanks to everyone who contributed to today's show, and I mean this sincerely. Without you, this microphone would be silent. If Second Cup or the Monday Morning Mailbag aren't showing up in your regular podcast feed, please drop me a line at mondaymailbag@gmail.com and we'll try to get it all sorted out. So again, thank you all very much. I look forward to getting together with you again on these podcast airwaves. Until then, enjoy the day, enjoy your shave, and enjoy that Second Cup.